Hello and welcome to Three Questions with. Got my friend Nehcole Felix with us. Hey Nicole, welcome to the show.
Hey, Kevin, thanks for having me. Always nice to talk to you.
So Nicole, one of the challenges right now is with everything going on is trying to use our time as wisely as possible. And some people are doing an amazing job and other people have watched every series on Netflix. Isn't this an opportunity to kind of do that training or other things you've been meaning to do but never got to?
Yeah, I can say from my experience with my clients a lot of the time that the things that I'm asking them to do in our regular lives, they're often telling me they don't have time for. So for me, this is really exciting because it's a great time to tackle those tactical projects that when business is up and running at full steam, sometimes it feels like you don't have time. So you've really been allotted some time here that absolutely you should take advantage of. Obviously, there's going to be some financial struggles that some businesses will go through, others won't, but that's always on the horizon. But this is a great time to really prioritize and say, okay, what can I do? What are the things I can control? And there's all sorts of things. I think the creative and the out of their pajamas are going to be the ones that really that win by using this time. So, for example, you can keep in contact with your lenders if we're talking about financial issues. Obviously, they're going to have insight into the financial landscape. More than maybe some of us are. So keeping in contact with them, developing that relationship further, and then also what was I going to say? Sorry. Oh, is the idea that they can potentially adjust some of your payments as well. So the more proactive you are, the more you're communicating, the more opportunity there might be for these little hidden opportunities or hidden chances to save or to help yourself out. I would say also staying in touch with customers. You may not have anything to sell or a service to provide, but there's local community information. There's sponsorships and chances to make donation opportunities more visible to your customer base. So that's a great way that in this time that you can earn some goodwill from your customers and just build relationships that way too. And just be planning and lead, especially for business owners. People are looking for leadership right now. It's a great opportunity to kind of step up in your own little microcosm, be that leader for people and provide some peace of mind. So I think that's important.
Sure. Nicole, one of the things you mentioned, cash flow. I've had people, as you know, we're doing online events now, and I've reached out to people who have come in the past, and they're like, "We love you. We love what you're doing. You're trying to keep things going, but
Yeah,
we don't want to spend $20 right now.
we
We're
just
trying
don't.
to watch everything because we just don't know when this is going to end."
Yeah,
So, but then you're stuck in that hard spot where you're not networking, you're not growing your business. So, when we come out of it, which could be, because I've been laughing now, you're like, "Oh, I want to come to in-person events. See you in the fall."
right.
That's really what we're looking at, we're looking
Yeah,
at another 3 or 4 months. And then
yeah, absolutely.
it's not going to happen. Like, yeah, it is. So it's that balance, how do you make sure you're investing in your business by holding what cash you have? What's the
Right.
advice for cash flow management right now is the question.
Yeah, yeah. So right now, I think it's twofold. When we're talking about cash flow, I hope, and again, just like the creative and the out of pajamas, the people who are looking at the lessons that they can learn from this time, I think are going to come out with some really interesting perspective and some interesting strategies for how to deal with this. So we all think about cash flow all the time. It's really important for the success of any business. But now, when you can't insure against something like a pandemic, you know, sometimes you get water damage, there's insurance for that, but there's no insurance for this. So it really should bring to the forefront the importance of cash flow and planning 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months out in advance. Can I cover my bills and my payroll? For how long? And what's ideal, what's optimal? And I hope that people are thinking about that, and that's something that can come out of the situation. But there's a lot of assistance out there as well, both state and federal level. So there's the SBA programs that serve different purposes. So if you're just looking to keep your staff paid, you don't want to lose your talent, or your business is essential and you have to keep going, but things have slowed down, and you're worried about cash infusions. There's programs for that. It's called the Paycheck Protection Program. you can go to mass.gov and they'll have a lot more information about programs like that. There's also economic injury and disaster relief funds that are available, because this would absolutely fall under disaster relief. There's no way to insure against this, like I said before. And again, mass.gov is a great place to kind of look up more of these programs. Also, as I said before, keeping in touch with your financial institution. A lot of these federal and state programs, you can actually apply for them through your bank, through your financial institution. So these are all sorts of things that you can be researching, but there are also funds that are out there for you. A lot of them are coming in the form of very, very, very low interest loans, with special fixed terms and things like that. So they're more desirable. They're going to be more favorable to, you being able to pay them back, giving you like a 6-month grace period, all that kind of stuff. So those are things that people should definitely be looking into. But like I said before, this is a great opportunity to think about cash flow and how you can build it for the future. How can we be as safe as possible in the future? And what's that going to look like in our day-to-day once things get back to normal?
That's the next question, crystal ball time. What does normal look like? I mean, do you think it's just going to go right back to where we left off, or is it going to change?
I think that it's definitely going to change. I think what that means is going to be really, really interesting. I think that the concept of working from home is going to be more and more of a real thing in some of our legacy businesses, manufacturing. Maybe you can have your salespeople, working from home more, your office people, basically anyone doing administrative duties at these more industrial companies. Using things like Zoom that we're on now. You've seen the explosion of the popularity of stuff like this, and I think that's going to continue because we realize now the true value of being able to work remotely and keeping the economy running. So I think that those two things are coming together to the forefront right now. But I think one thing that's going to be super interesting, which I talk to a lot of my clients about, is the movement of talent. People are getting laid off. We're seeing record unemployment claims. So that means once things go back to normal, we're going to have a literal army of people hungry for work and looking for jobs. And why that's important to small business people, I think, is now is a great time to be looking at your job descriptions. It's going to be looking at your onboarding and your training materials, looking at the packages that you're offering, because someone that you couldn't get a year ago, in 6 months, they may just be like, hey, I just want to work. I'm looking for something. Maybe I've reconsidered what works for me. I'm looking for a smaller company. I want to maximize my impact wherever I go next. This is a great opportunity to get some of that talent that you felt you couldn't get last year, or there's just not enough people out there with the skills that I need. And a lot of them may be out there now and kind of waiting out the storm, but when they're ready, will you be ready to bring them in and to offer them something?
Also, I think you're going to see a lot of people just venture out on their own.
Yeah.
Like I said, hey, I lost a job. It's something I always wanted to do. They'll
Yeah.
see it. They'll see it that way, saying it must be the omen I've been waiting for. What bigger omen can you get than what we have? I mean,
If not when, if not me, who? If not when,
It may end up being an interesting thing. Nehcole, how can people reach out to you? How can they learn more if they need help and advice?
Yeah, absolutely. You can go to felixconsultingco.com. You can also find Felix Consulting Co. on Facebook and in LinkedIn as well. And then, yeah, you can always reach out those ways. They come directly to my personal email, my personal phone. If anyone is looking for assistance with their business as we look into the future, or if they have friends or colleagues, that please reach out. A conversation can help.
Aside, Nehcole, now is the perfect time to do planning.
Absolutely, absolutely.
All those things we said would never happen happened.
Exactly.
So, I mean, for a lot of us, it really was a wake-up call saying, like I was having this conversation, someone thinking back, working in the bank, doing strategic planning.
Yes.
We would have sat at the table and said, well, there's going to be a pandemic. Everyone else at the table would have laughed at us. It's like, what's the odds? I mean,
come on. Yeah.
10, if anything, we would have just blown it off. And now you're seeing what's happening. I think there's going to be a lot of opportunities for people who understand how to plan better and are going to grow their business from it.
Absolutely.
Being smart and using the time wisely. So I really appreciate you taking the time to jump on with us. You have an amazing day.
You too. Thank you. Bye.